It's another beautiful Saturday afternoon for college football as the Chabot College Gladiators take on the College of the Siskiyous Eagles on NorCal Sports TV. I'm Levi Flores, and by my side is my dad, Justin Flores. Happy to have you in the booth.
Yeah, absolutely, and the weather is just perfect for a perfect fall day of football. Looking forward to this one.
Gladiators coming into the game 0-2, while the Siskiyous Eagles as well 0-2. Losing last week to Wrigley College 38-6, while Chabot against American River lost 69-7.
Couple of tough games for them so far, but today's looking to the teams are looking to improve on their records for sure.
Chabot at home as they flip the coin to see who gets the ball first, and it looks like Chabot will win it and defer. The College of Siskiyous Eagles, one of the few teams to play in March when they allowed JC sports to come back and high school sports as well. They were 2-2 in that short March season, and they ended up winning against Shasta and Feather River, and then losing to Shasta and Feather River. They played the two teams twice, ended up being 1-1 for each.
Yeah, it's hard to beat the same team twice, right? You go 1-1, that's pretty average in sports. See a few players on crutches for Chabot, but the team is fired up, supporting one another, excited. Temps in the low 70s, cloudy skies, perfect Bay Area weather. College of the Siskiyous and blue pants, white tops, and Chabot College in black with gold letters. Kind of reminiscent of the old Pittsburgh Steelers.
Chabot will kick off to start the game. And it will be Andrew McGinty kicking for the Gladiators.
Ismail Sloan from Bennettsville, South Carolina. Maliki Campbell from Camas, Washington, set to receive the kick for Siskiyou.
An odd kicking setup for Chabot as they have two lines deep. And we are set. Another college football game underway as the Eagles receive inside the 5. Looking left side, making his way through a few tackles past the 25 and finally being taken down around the 30.
About a 27-yard pickup to start the game on the kick return. I would think that's pretty good there for the Eagles. And Ismail Sloan from Marlboro County High School, Bennettsville, South Carolina, working his way to the West Coast to play football for the College of the Siskiyous.
Onto the field comes the Eagles offense for the first time. Number 4, Hunter Davis, the starting quarterback, under center to start the first play of possession. Single back formation, one receiver to either side. Tight end in motion from right to left as they go straight up the gut, gaining about 1 on the play.
Yeah, O.J. Kalia, ball carrier there for the Eagles. Starting quarterback Hunter Davis, under center from Portland, Oregon.
On paper, these two teams seem to match up quite evenly, both 0-2, allowing quite a bit of points for the other team, but last week, we did a game in Merced, and it looked the same on paper as well, although Merced ended up blowing out about a 50-point lead.
Right.
Back in the same single back formation as another handoff up the gut. Actually, it's going to be taken by Hunter Davis himself as he stopped at the original line of scrimmage to make it 3rd and 10.
Huge defensive stop there for Chabot. Excitement on the defensive end. Coaches want to see more of that from them. Nothing moving on that play.
Chabot looking to give the Eagles a 3 and out to start the game. A great defensive stance by the Gladiators so far, as Hunter Davis most likely going to be dropping back to pass as they now have 4 receivers on the field and the 1 running back behind him. Under center, drops back, scanning the right side, in some trouble, finding his way past the line. A big hit as the ball comes out, and a defensive lineman picks it up for Chabot inside the 30.
Big play for Chabot. It's a big number 90, excited about his stop. Alfonso Mitchell is able to hit Hunter, causing him to drop the ball. And, of course, Chabot picking up great field possession here on the turnover.
Great eyes by Robert Porter, number 99, the defensive lineman, able to see that the ball came out and pick it up quite quickly, even though he was tackled shortly after for a turnover. And onto the field, the Chabot offense, number 12, coming out. Kikoa Turangan, the starting quarterback, 6'1" freshman.
How would you like to start from your opponent's 27 on your first series, huh? See what the Gladiators have under their belt here.
Turangan takes the snap, handoff up the middle, finding a small hole as he makes his way for a 4-yard gain.
Mari Tidwell, the Gladiators, out of Dublin, a local boy, and didn't get a lot on it, but it's the first look that the Eagles have seen with the Gladiators, and the Gladiators having a chance to take a look at that defensive line of the Eagles.
Officially a 3-yard gain for Chabot inside the high red zone from the 24. As Turangan going to the sideline and back after the play call. Receiver in motion, left to right, handoff, jet sweep, right side. In some trouble as he has a blocker and a big hit from number 54 for the Eagles, Hunter Paulson.
Defense for both teams already showing strong. Aki Ansar, the ball carrier out of Castro Valley High School, Castro Valley.
And there is a flag in the middle of the field. And it will be against Chabot. The penalty is going to be from the line of scrimmage, a 5-yard penalty.
It's a 10-yard penalty to the 34.
Ball on the 34? Yeah. Did he start the clock? Did he wind it? Okay.
Second and long for the Gladiators after that penalty.
Is it 17?
Turangan in the gun. Offset formation right side. Another handoff up the middle, finding his way back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10 for Amari Tidwell.
Yeah, nice run this time, just right up the belly, right over the right side of his center, and he found a hole. Got back to almost the original line of scrimmage, trying to get back some yardage there. 3rd down and 11 for the guys. Chabot Gladiators.
Turangan going to the sideline, back to his team, back and forth, back and forth. It's going to be a long night for the starting quarterback for the Gladiators.
Yeah, hopefully he's conditioned well, huh?
Some talk amongst the receivers as they break the huddle. Quarterback trying to talk to the coach from the sideline as a timeout occurs for Chabot. Still 0-0, a few minutes into the game on NorCal Sports TV.
A little bit of confusion out on the field between the quarterback and coach getting the call. They just need to talk it over and figure out what it is that they want to do here and line up their plays.
I'm sure they're a little upset about taking a timeout this early in the game, especially on their first possession so deep into Eagle territory. Looking for a big play, need an 11-yard gain to keep from that 3 and out.
Both teams looking for their first win of the season. Eagles, the College of the Siskiyous, in their opening drive, coughed it up on a fumble, and Chabot has been bouncing around between the 25 and 30 ever since. 3 plays into the game here for them.
Turangan in the pistol, tailback behind him, multiple receivers out. Rolling right side, looking to throw. Nearly intercepted, in and out of the hands of the receiver as that one falls shy.
Defensive coverage strong there, and Tidwell, leading block, didn't see the right guard of the Siskiyou Eagles chasing after the quarterback. Didn't quite get to him, but there's definitely an open opportunity for them to take out the quarterback. Didn't quite get to him.
And on 4th down, Chabot will go for the field goal, as it's Andrew McGinty.
45-yard attempt. We didn't get a chance to see him warming up in pregame.
With the left foot, shallowing out, and no good, just right of the post with 11 minutes, 30 seconds. Chabot turns it over to the Eagles.
Well, he had the foot, he had the depth, he had the distance. Aim just a little off.
The College of the Siskiyou Eagles turned it over on their previous possession from a fumble from their starting quarterback, Hunter Davis. And now they retake the field.
You remember, they started their first and opening drive at the 30, so they're right in that same spot again. And thankfully with no score. And try it again.
Davis with the quarterback draw left side and a big tackle from the defensive line for Chabot.
Well, I tell you, those were some hard-fought 2 yards for that quarterback after getting hit by that defensive line of the Gladiators.
It's going to be a long night for Davis as well if he keeps getting hit by the line.
Yeah, no kidding.
And he's running back and forth as well from the sideline, getting that call from the coach.
Seeing that a lot lately.
No way to steal signs when you're getting it told directly face to face.
We even see that in the high school level.
Man in motion left to right. Davis nearly tripped up on his way back. Intercepted by Chabot, taking it past the 20, almost to the 10-yard line. Ismail Sloan with the interception.
Nice pick. He read his man, saw the play. The ball was thrown almost right in the breadbasket, and he was on the run. Gladiators now in the red zone after that pick, and a chance to score and pick up their points here in the first quarter.
2 turnovers in a row for the Siskiyou Eagles. Able to stop Chabot defensively on the previous one. Let's see if Chabot can do it offensively this time.
He got about 18 yards on that interception. Of course,
another handoff up the gut. Both lines trying to push one way or another as he gains 1 on the carry.
Mari Tidwell has picked up a few carries already in this game, and he likes that inside. His offensive line hasn't quite given him the open lane, but at some point, he gets a couple of yards on every run.
We have yet to see Turangan throw a pass, and on the season, he's 14 completions, 46 attempts, and 3 interceptions, and that's why Chabot is a running team so far. Back in the gun. Another handoff up the gut, finding a hole this time inside the 10, near the 5, being taken down at the 6.
Trying to find that hole between his guard and tackle on the left side. I like how Chabot plays, kind of looking around the field, trying to expose the defense. The College of the Siskiyous trying to find the areas of weakness on their defensive line. They do that enough times, they'll get there. And now, 3rd down and 5, not a bad shake. They're inside the 10. You do have a chance of getting a first down if they get inside the 3. One more of those runs for Tidwell, and they either get a fresh set of downs or even put 6 on the board here.
In the pistol. Man in motion right to left. Handed off to the tailback. Tidwell once again gets the first down. Not quite into the end zone, though. So it'll be 1st and goal from inside the 2.
And there it was, of course, Aki Anzar on the in motion before the play. Throwing off that defensive line, and I'm telling you, that's the biggest hole we've seen Tidwell get, going right up the gut. And he got those 5 yards plus. He's about inside the 2. He could have, had he not tripped over his own feet, may have actually been in the end zone.
5 yards after the first touch as well. And it looks like they're going to stop him short, actually, from the first down. Didn't quite see that earlier. So
I just realized
4th
that,
and inches for Chabot. As Turangan takes the snap, another handoff to Tidwell, straight up the gut, end zone, touchdown, Chabot.
Well, Tidwell said, okay, you're going to give me half a yard for a first down, I'll just run it in for 3. Nice run, Tidwell, so far for the Gladiators, putting in work and already finding some weakness in the Eagles' defense.
6 minutes, 23 seconds in. Second possession for the Gladiators, putting on 6 points, looking to put on 7 with the extra point. A beautiful kick through the upright. 7-0 Chabot up over the Siskiyous Eagles. See on the replay of the touchdown, Tidwell just fighting his way through, pushing Eagles left and right, getting across that goal line.
That's what you call smash mouth football, Levi. You just take it right up the gut. Let your offensive line find the hole. You expose it. You don't stop your feet. So that, of course, was all started with an interception in which Sloan ran it for 18 yards from the 30, putting him at the 12. And then 4 plays later, they're in. Even going for it on 4th and short.
The Eagles will get the ball back for their 3rd possession in the first quarter alone.
And I apologize. I just realized we called Ismail Sloan on the interception. It was actually Ossie Bailey of Chabot College. We've got to give credit where credit is due.
Beautiful kick, ending up in the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Eagles will start from the 25. Hunter Davis back in action. Handoff to the fullback and taken down immediately. No chance for the Eagles offense, being stopped 4 yards back in the backfield.
You ever wonder what it would be like to run into a wall? Ask him, because he just now knows. My goodness. Gladiators, although that running back's very strong, he didn't go down very easy, but man, they were waiting for that one.
After that stop, I'm sure the Eagles are having a difficult time with the play call.
Yeah, and the Gladiator defense already fired up from the pick earlier.
And a quick timeout call by the Siskiyous Eagles on NorCal Sports TV. Seven 0 Chabot Gladiators up over the College of the Siskiyous Eagles as the Eagles take the field for their 3rd possession in a row, 2nd and very long after the timeout. Hunter Davis.
Yeah, they're having a difficult time against the Gladiator defense here.
Another throw coming to the right side over the head of the receiver as he falls to the ground early.
Carlos De La Rosa from Baker City, Oregon, the intended receiver. Kind of thrown behind him a little bit.
Failed attempt after failed attempt for the Eagles, looking to gain some yards back. 4 receivers on the field for them, 2 to either side. Play action, bootleg left side, and there comes the defense once again, stopped inside the 15.
Tell you, number 99 is having a game for Chabot. Robert Porter from Grenada High School. That was a huge stop for the Gladiators. He has got this team fired up.
And that'll be 4th and about 21 for the Eagles.
Yeah, the College of the Siskiyous have just not been able to get anything going here so far in the first quarter.
And Hunter Davis is still on the field on the offensive side as it's 4th and super long. And a blocked punt as he pitches it out into the end zone, picked up by a Chabot player. Touchdown, Gladiators.
Oh, my.
A huge failed attempt by the Eagles as they tried to trick the defense, but there's no tricking the Chabot Gladiators.
Jason Alani.
No need for Chabot offense as the defense has been doing stop after stop.
Yeah, man. Number 36, Jason Alani, who is from Konawaina, Hawaii, with the touchdown after the blocked punt.
And the extra point attempt is good. 14-0, under 7 minutes left in the first quarter on NorCal Sports TV.
Broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
$14-0, Chabot up over the Siskiyou Eagles. A defensive touchdown for, well, what would have been the third possession for Chabot, although no offense possession needed.
Yeah, beautiful pickup by Alani there. And I'll tell you, it's been Chabot defense so far and even special teams getting the excitement and taking the hits. And the College of the Siskiyous just have not been able to get past the 30. Their own backfield so far.
A flag's going to be thrown from about the 50-yard line all the way down to the 20. White hat giving us the call.
Chop block against Siskiyou. Hitting below the knees.
Exactly what they needed to be closer to their own goal line, as they will have the ball from the 11.
Let's see if we have this on. Oh, there it was. Yeah, you dropping to your knees and trying to trip up there. Maliki Campbell trying to get the advantage, and now, of course, these guys find themselves deep in their own territory at the 10.
Staying in that same exact formation all day so far. Single back, multiple receivers. There's that man in motion as he hands it off up the middle, getting a decent amount of yards down to the 15.
Yeah, jumping right over Niles Waiuho. Again, another player from Hawaii. I'll tell you, Chabot's got a lot of players from Hawaii on their team. And, yeah, that runner was able to – it's almost like he leapfrogged right over the line there. And he got a good 5 yards on that. So I think that's the best play we've seen so far from the Eagles. And they've been on the field offensively almost the entire quarter.
Back at it once again, Hunter Davis with that man in motion. Handing it up the middle and meeting his line and the defensive line for a loss of yards.
Yikes. You know, when you got both the offensive line and the defensive line just clashing and just closing up, and the Chabot defense is just closing up anything that the offensive line of the Eagles, they can't offer what they're supposed to be doing in the play design for the runner. So what you end up having is the runner literally coming up to a wall, and then wherever that wall is moving, he's moving with him. And right now, Chabot's pushing him back.
They should try maybe going outside with the jet sweep, maybe a toss, as they have that man in motion looking to go that way.
Yeah, they kind of run a strange option. Not quite the Wildcat offense, but Hunter Davis has those options, and it's hard. They're just not getting anything going. They're not quite connecting, and of course the momentum right now is for the home team Chabot, whose defense has just been on fire from the get-go, and these guys have been on the sideline really amping each other up. I mean, both of these teams looking for their first win of the season, and Chabot does not want to give one up at home.
Davis had the option play on that previous one, had the hole, although waited too long to pull it out, and decided to lose some yards on the play as Hunter Davis back under center.
Deep in their territory, you wonder, are they really going for it? Are they going to try one of these kicks? That's what they do, a drop kick.
Same situation as it hits about the 44, rolls out of bounds, still inside Eagle territory, so Chabot will have it from the Eagles' 49.
Good field position. We'll actually get to see their offense come out since their one offensive stance that they had. That resulted in a 45-yard field goal that was no good. And so it'll be nice to see Chabot. Chabot has literally played, a total of about 8 plays so far. It's been all Siskiyous with the ball, although they haven't been able to do much.
L.T. Beck now as the quarterback for the Gladiators as he gives it up the middle for a loss of 1. And another flag straight from the back.
Joseph Broussard, the ball carrier, loses a yard for Chabot on that.
Personal foul on the defense.
Well, they may not have gained much on the ground, but they're going to gain it on penalties.
And it's going to be a 15-yard penalty for an automatic first down.
Yeah, that's a hard one to take there when you've got a personal foul like that. Must have been on the interior lineman, maybe something grabbing, doing something he shouldn't be doing there. To get a 15-yard penalty is pretty big flag there.
L.T. Beck in for the Gladiators on this third offensive possession. He hands it to the right side.
Saunders.
The ball comes out late, and the Eagles jumping on it. And by the reaction alone, the Eagles have it.
Yeah, it should have looked like it from here. I didn't hear a whistle. Oliver Saunders being held over and tried to cut back to the inside after running to the outside. He's very fast. He should have just probably kept going to the outside and tried to cut up. But unfortunately, lost the handle on the ball. And, hey, call it to the Siskiyous. They need anything right now to get the momentum. They need anything they can to get the momentum. And that put a fire in their belly. And, I mean, here we are on their fifth possession, and they've got their best field position so far at their 36.
Same formation, 2 receivers either side. Davis looking left, has the receiver caught for a gain of yards, but steps out a little too early.
That's a tough one.
Another flag out on the field.
Clayton Sine, another Oregon player.
And they're going to wave off the flag. So a gain of about 6 for the Eagles.
Yeah, not a bad gain. I'm sure he'd like that one back, though, if he could look down at his feet to see where he was. And it looks like they actually are going to mark it back to the 40 for a 4-yard gain. So there's a lot of confusion out there on the field.
Siskiyou looking for a similar play to get those yards down the field. Still 4 receivers. Davis keeping it left side and hit at the line again for no gain.
Nothing doing on the inside running game, no matter who it is. That last pass play has been their most promising play we've seen. It was a nice, quick strike. And going back to that inside running game, I want to start looking at some screen options, short pass options, maybe just behind the line. As the defensive line of the Chabot Gladiators, strong, stopping just about every run.
Back in a third down position, 3rd and 6. Chabot up 14-0, as it has been all Gladiator defense from here. Receiver in motion left to right, taking some time. D pass down the field to the 30, in the hands, over the top, and finally taken down at the 20 is number 34, Jake Bruce for the Eagles.
Blasting from the snap, quarterback Hunter Davis knew where he was going to throw it. Even with hang time, got that thing right down into the hands of Bruce. I mean, that was just, you run on the snap, and I'm going to throw it out there. And defensively, Ossie Bailey of Chabot right behind him to get the tackle. Good stop, and in the red zone for the first time today.
Ball's out on the ground. Looks like Davis was able to get his hands back on it for a loss of 2.
That was a 40-yard pass for the Eagles. And obviously their biggest play of the game. But 2 pass plays in this series has been their bread and butter so far.
The Eagles within striking distance, whether it's a 4th down and they have to go for a field goal, or if they score the touchdown as Davis sets his team. Ball's out once again and just going to fall on it at the 25. 2 plays in a row that resulted in nothing off loose balls.
Yeah, you know, on the snap, something's going on down there on the snap. You can't blame a wet ball. The weather is not quite damp enough for that. It's just, he's just losing it. It's almost like he's already thinking about what he's going to do before having the ball. You know, have you ever done that? You're playing ball and you're running before you actually have it.
Back under center, 3 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Bullet pass in and out of the hands, falling incomplete.
Just a little behind on that one, maybe 1 more second ahead, and he would have had Clayton Sine on that strike. But a great defensive stop as the Chabot Gladiators were in their right positions, getting their hand in there, breaking that pass up.
4th and 16 for the Eagles. Ball on the 25. And it looks like they're going to keep the offense out there instead of the special teams.
Down 2 touchdowns early like this and in this position. Although we were watching the kicker, he can hit it from 36. So they are in good position here to kick a field goal, but that'll be a right move here for the coach.
Rolling left side, deciding to keep it as he's taken down deep in the back.
Well, turning it over on downs after having a great series that time around. Siskiyou knows that they can and find the Chabot Gladiators' holes and weaknesses in the defense, but Chabot is just prepared and ready on every play.
Deontay Bridges there on the tackle. Looked like Davis was truly looking for a receiver, although once he saw the defense was there, he said, I'm going to take it myself because I don't want to get hit.
Yeah, right. And he wisely held on to it instead of just trying to chuck it in and make something happen.
41 seconds left in the first quarter as the Gladiators take the field on the offensive end.
The workhorse, Amari Tidwell, for the Gladiators there.
LT Beck staying in the game as the quarterback for the Gladiators. Earlier on, we saw Tarangan, and he only did the first offensive possession for Chabot.
They call the timeout? Oh, no, it's the quarter finish.
And they will let the clock run down for the end of the first quarter. Chabot up 14-0 against the Siskiyou Eagles on NorCal Sports TV. It has been all Gladiator defense in the first quarter as we are just about set to start the second 15 minutes of play at Chabot College.
You're absolutely right. Defense is winning it for Chabot here today. Offensively, Siskiyous ran 18 plays versus Chabot's 11. Couple fumble recoveries, punt blocks, touchdowns, special teams, defense for Chabot today.
Beck hands it off, finding a hole right side, fighting his way close to the first down marker.
There he is again, huh? Tidwell doing what he's been doing this time, the right side. You know, you got to pick and choose. When you've got an offensive line like Chabot like this, you got to choose. All right, do I want to run around my right guard and tackle? Do I want to go around the left side? Where am I heading this time?
And they do give him the first down, so 1st and 10 from their own 40. Trying out different offensive looks as Beck takes the snap. Tidwell once again, but this time taken down in the backfield. Tidwell losing about 5.
You know, heads-up play there by the defender lineman. He was watching Tidwell. All you need to do is just have that one guy key in on that runner, and that time he was ready for it. I think that was Elijah Vincent, I believe, number 99. Sure does look like it there, yeah. And of all places, he's not from Hawaii, but he's from Aloha, Oregon. Matter of fact, he went to Aloha High School. He's a freshman, 6'2", 245. And he's now on the stats book.
Chabot going up to the line quickly as they're going to be forced to take a timeout as the play clock reaches 0. 14-0, Chabot up over the Siskiyou Eagles on NorCal Sports TV. The Gladiators forced to take a timeout on the previous play as the play clock had reached 0 as Beck is taken down in the backfield. Again, 2 great defensive stops in a row for the Eagles.
Yeah, you know, broken up play. Wasn't quite sure. He had a couple of receivers heading out, but wisely just tucked it away, took the hit, and they'll see what they can do here on 3rd down.
A few change of players coming out onto the field. Jordan Mason coming off. And LT Beck to stay in at quarterback. Haven't quite seen the arm from the Chabot quarterbacks today, as they will have 2 receivers to the left side in the pistol. Looking for a throw this time. Beck in some trouble, and he will throw it out of bounds, but a flag is down at about the 30.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's not a push in the back on the offensive line. I didn't get a chance to see it. All of a sudden I saw it come flying in. The flag, that is. Yeah, interior lineman hold. That's what ends up happening. You know, you get the quarterback scrambling like that. The linemen, the defenders, start to run toward him. Offensive line with their backs to the quarterback start putting their hands out. And somebody got caught with their hand in the cookie jar, if you will, stretching it out instead of keeping it in. So 5 plays, Chabot finds themselves 4th and long. We'll have to punt it away.
First time we've seen the punting team for the Gladiators.
And a great defensive stance for the College of Siskiyou Eagles, who were able to stop Chabot in the process.
Plenty of blockers for the punter as he launches it straight up the middle. It'll take an eagle bounce and roll straight towards the end zone for the Gladiators inside the 20.
It's funny you said that. It did take an Eagle bounce originally, and then it bounced the other way in Chabot's favor, so deep inside their 20. College of the Siskiyous now take over.
Tonight on NorCal Sports TV, the number 4 and number 5 team JC football teams in the state, City College of San Francisco versus Modesto Junior College, 6 p.m. Join Chris Babcock on NorCal Sports TV.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Looking forward to seeing what happens between those two teams there.
Two high-ranked teams. Going to be a close one.
Did we have a flag on the play that we didn't see?
Seems like they will take it.
Yeah, there was a 10-yard
back
penalty.
10 yards. Unaware of the penalty, but Hunter Davis back in action for the Eagles and the offense. Tight end switching. Another handoff resulting in nothing.
I was going to say, Chabot's defense has been strong stopping these guys, and you're inside your own 10. I would be very careful about who you got out there and making sure your offensive line are going to protect that QB. Because we've seen Chabot's defense do some things here today.
Looking to pass this time, left side. He has the receiver over the outstretched hands of number 9, Caton Sine.
And they're going to call Chabot on a roughing the passer call here, as Hunter Davis was hit hard as he threw that about just maybe 1 second too long after tossing it, is what I'm thinking. That's the play. That flag was thrown immediately when Hunter was hit after throwing that pass.
And it's going to be against Siskiyou, and Chabot is going to decline the penalty.
Okay.
I got 3rd and 10. Ball in the 8.
3rd and 10 after the declined penalty from the Gladiators. And Hunter Davis still loving that same position under center with the single back, but multiple receivers as he finds the trouble once again inside the 5, taken down by number 98, Deontay Bridges.
So the defensive line of Chabot, it's almost like they're having a game down there. Who's going to get to Hunter Davis quicker? Because just about everybody on the defensive line has had an opportunity to get a touchdown there and stop him. And that last penalty sure did hurt him. And if you watch on the defense, you will watch the guard number 90, Alfonso Mitchell. He moves from right and will move over left when he senses what Siskiyou is up to.
Unfortunately, we will not be able to see that on this next play because Chabot will get it off the punt return, and the punt returner is actually lined up at the 40, so you know your defense did well when your punt returner is still in Eagle territory, 10 yards in.
Right. Yeah, deep in their territory there, and another great defensive stop for the Chabot College Gladiators. Got to be happy with their performance here today.
See another replay of that big tackle from Bridges.
Yeah, he's no joke, huh? It's like he's all muscle, 6'1", 290. And he's from Colorado Springs, Colorado, so welcome to California, brother, from Griffith Centers for Children High School.
Both teams strolling back out onto the field. Set back to return is Aussie Bailey.
We know one punt block already resulted in a touchdown for Chabot. So their special team's been excited here today. And they've got Hunter Douglas under center again.
Pitches it back in some trouble. Another punt block falling on it. And I do believe that's going to be a safety since the defense never had possession of it. So a safety, 2 more points for Chabot, and they'll get it off another punt.
The Eagles run this play where they snap to the quarterback and he turns around, tosses it to the kicker, who then drop kicks it. And that's twice now tonight that Chabot has capitalized on deep in territory. This time for 2. Last time was a touchdown.
It took me a while to process, but I do believe the reason why the Eagles are doing that is because they don't necessarily have a long snapper that could put it into the hands of the punter. That's why they give it to Davis so that he can just pitch it straight back. That's the only thing that I can wrap my head around. Because if you get it over the head of the punter or snap it a little short, he's going to be in even more deep trouble.
You are a much more wise football observer than I am.
It took me 3 possessions for that to pop into my head.
I thought it was a unique play, but you're absolutely right. It could be a long snap situation the team does not possess.
So the Eagles will kick from the 20-yard line. 2 deep returners as they booted a little short, just popping inside, but they have to... I'm not sure the rules on this since it was a safety and they're technically kicking off, but the Eagles did get that ball back.
Yeah.
Because if we talk this through, because it's technically still a punt, they're just getting the 2 points. So does it go back to the Eagles if they manage to get the ball back?
Boy, I think I've seen just about everything in a football game in the first half of this college game that I have in about 15 years of watching football and calling football games.
And the Eagles will come up to the line quickly, as it looks like it will be Siskiyou possession.
I got the 47.
Yeah, from Chabot's 47.
And another takedown as the running back gets nowhere.
So what we're going to see here in this game as we get deeper into the second quarter and getting closer to halftime, what we're seeing is Chabot's defense on the field longer than anyone else in the team. The conditioning of the players is going to come into play. As long as Siskiyou continues to have the ball offensively, if they keep running their same game and they keep trying to go in the middle, how conditioned is the Chabot defensive line, and can they keep this up for a couple more quarters?
Chabot does have a lot of players, although not all of them are linemen, as Davis looking to pass, and another big tackle as the ball comes out, and they're going to blow it dead before the defense is able to jump on it.
Okay, so here's another name we'll be watching for, Tima Awamatagi, and he is from Pacifica, and he gets up, and I'll tell you, you mentioned the players that on the side for Chabot, they are just hooting and hollering for just about every player comes up with a big play, and a beautiful play there by Chabot. I'm telling you, the Chabot defense, how well they're conditioned will reveal more and more as the game goes on.
The Chabot defense just switched nearly their entire defense as well. A lot smaller players out on the field. I'm thinking that the Eagles are going to look to pass, and they're just going to try to stop them from getting any reception, as the referees will now go over and talk to the head coach of the Gladiators.
Put a little speed on the field, huh?
Let's go back and take a look a few plays ago from after the safety kickoff / punt. The Eagles kicked it off from the 20, took a nice bounce, and the Eagles were able to recover it and get the ball back.
It was a live ball, so it was anybody's game. It was anybody's ball. And that thing bounced right into the hands of one of those Eagle players, and they were ecstatic about getting that ball back. They may have lost 2 points, but they gained about 50 yards, dropping 2 points.
Eagles offense back out there, 3rd and 14.
Gladiators loading up the line. Here they come. The right side.
And another interception by the Gladiators, stealing that straight out of the air.
These guys are so stoked. That was Jovan McConaughey from Seattle, Washington, the young man, coming up with a huge defensive stop. You just mentioned they brought in some smaller players. I said probably for speed. They brought some hands into the game, and there he was on the backside coming up with a huge pick for the Gladiators. I mean, that ball was thrown hard, too. That ball was smoking off the hands. I mean, look at I think it might have actually... Yeah, he did get the interception. I was going to say, did he drop it? But he got the interception, I think because he was on his knees, right? He's automatically down. So, wow, what a pick.
Play clock winding down as another timeout will be called by Chabot. That's the second time it has happened where Chabot needs to call a timeout because the play clock winded down so fast. 9.5 minutes left in the second quarter, 16-0. Chabot up over the Eagles.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. Other games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second, has another shot, puts it up to end the game.
Coaching staffer.
After the big interception by the Chabot defense, the offense is now back on the field from their own 45. In the pistol is Turangan. Looking to throw, big deep pass down the middle, one receiver out there, it's caught up the 15, staying on the feet, end zone, touchdown, Gladiators!
Jamal Lavalier.
One play from the 45-yard line, Turangan back in the game, one big deep pass. Another 6 points tacked on the board.
Out of Clayton Valley High School in Concord, the local boy, 5'9", 170 sophomore, just got himself a 55-yard touchdown pass. Touchdown. I mean, he had to fight a little bit for it, right, against that defender.
22-0, looking to put on 23 as the big kicker is out back on the field. And McGinty through the top of the uprights, 23-0. One play on the offensive end with the starting quarterback back out on the field.
You know, you were talking about it earlier because it had been going back and forth between the quarterbacks, L.T. Beck and Turangan, and that was Turangan coming out. One snap, throws it deep.
And we haven't seen too many throwing plays. I believe that was only the second throwing play. And on the season before this game, they were 14 completions, 46 attempts, and 3 interceptions. So a big night for the throwing side for Chabot.
Yeah, and Jamal, the receiver, you know, just running that kind of a post route, got behind the secondary, and that ball couldn't have been in a better place for him to catch there.
Able to stay on his feet as well as we take another look at it. Being hit as he threw, catching it at the 15, barely able to stay up, trolling his way into the end zone.
You see that angle as he just kind of turned a little bit, just toward the post from the outside. And right now, Chabot College has pretty much been in control from the beginning. Defense, special teams, punt blocks, interceptions, touchdowns by the defense. Offense, everybody firing on all cylinders, as they would say, opening it up.
Previous kickoff landed in the back of the end zone as this one falling just a little bit short. Having to receive and take it back down to the 27 for number 2, Maliki Campbell.
25-yard pickup. 19-yard pickup on that kick return.
College of the Siskiyous Eagles still looking for their first points. They were close multiple times, but now back deep in their own territory, looking just to get into Gladiator territory.
There's been a couple flashes of moment that they've had, where they've moved the ball gracefully.
Since we called a timeout?
I guess.
Okay.
My God, look, you need to be paying attention.
It looks like an injured player is on the field for the Eagles. 23-0, Chabot up over the Siskiyous Eagles on NorCal Sports TV.
Kick returner injured on the previous play, but able to walk off on his own power. It's the Eagles offense back in action once again. Davis rolling, taking it himself, and another big hit by the defense, but Davis able to get 2.
Yeah, can we get to the outside? Do we have the speed? Well, Chabot says maybe, but not this time.
You talked about it earlier that the Chabot defense closing those gaps, no holes in the center, so they do have to take it around the outside. It was a great idea. Just took him a little bit too long, so the defense was able to catch it and get there before he was able to get too far.
We already know that the linebackers, even the secondary, are watching for pass. They've already had a couple of picks here today. They're ready for the Eagles just about on everything that they can bring to them offensively.
Looking for that pass right side, has the receiver, but a bad pass falls incomplete.
Intended receiver Jake Bruce. A little bit out of reach there.
He had the receiver that time, although he just wasn't able to put it close enough for the receiver. Would have been a gain of about 6 if he were able to get it in the hands. Third down from the 29. 3 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Davis looking to throw it. They do have a defensive offsides as they get the first down anyway.
Nice play. Caton Sine picking up the catch. They left him wide open from the line. I was going to mention it just before the play started. They kept him off the line. They had trips left. They only covered man-to-man on 2 of them, and they left him in the slot.
It was an encroachment on the defense. Took 1 too many steps. He was coming in kind of hot. As we see that replay
here. Watch him right there in the slot. There he goes, number 9. Goes right up the middle. And coming in from the safety position, number 20, Baden Ansley, for the tackle. That was a nice play.
3 receivers left side once again, but the defense is there. Finding a hole right side. Another first down for Hunter Davis and the Eagles.
Nice run for Hunter Davis there. You know, he was looking left. He had a man that could have possibly been his man, Jake Bruce, picked up quickly by the safety of Chabot. But again, Jake Bruce on the snap was pretty much left untouched. I was almost in a – they were – he was looking left. He was looking that way for Jake Bruce before cutting back right, which probably threw off the defenders of Chabot. He's going right. But you'll notice on every play, they play this slot man. They don't even have anybody covered him. They're way off, almost in a zone.
On the previous play, Davis stepped out 2 yards short as the Eagles will gain 1 on that carry to make it 3rd and 1.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I thought he got the first down, too. But 3rd and 1 here. Here comes, the Eagles of the College of the Siskiyous trying to make something happen here in this series. They really need this conversion. They need something to help get their momentum, get their mentality back into this game. And I'm telling you, on every play, they're playing off. I'm talking Chabot College defense playing off the slots.
Man in motion left to right. Another handoff up the middle, flag down on the play as the defense stopped him short of the first down, but we will see with that penalty flag what they decide to do.
If they're going to call that illegal motion, that should have been called before the ball was ever snapped. Yeah, 2 players jump as if in motion. That ball should have stopped right there. Should have been a dead ball. Drop back 5 yards, redo the down. Let's see what it is that they do call.
A switch of defensive linemen for Chabot. The big men coming back out on the field, still determining what to do.
Illegal shift. Yeah, and I like that about Chabot. You know, I didn't realize the depth chart that they had in the team of players available and ready. You know, sometimes big teams don't necessarily play all the players that are on the side, and that's great that Chabot's defense, because they're out there so much, right, in this game. And they're doing a great job of shutting them down. But that 5-yard illegal shift call against College of the Siskiyous, they get to redo 3rd down, but now they're looking at a 3rd down and 7 at their 40, maybe 41. And let's see who they throw out here. They've got trips left, and this time again, notice the coverage. Man-to-man on 1. Deep for the second man, number 34, and he's the one they're going to be looking for. Watch this here.
Taken down before he has the chance behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of 4.
And that's what they've been working on. Robert Porter, if he gets through that hole, he can stop that quarterback. But you notice Hunter Davis was looking left. He was looking out in the wing, trying to find his man, Jake Bruce. And that's what Chabot has been capitalizing on, is get to him quick. Get him stopped. He might be seeing and looking, but we're not going to let him put that ball up over his shoulder.
There was the big tackle once again.
I don't know how many tackles Porter has tonight, but so far in this game between him and number 90, Alfonso Mitchell, they've had a great defensive game for Chabot.
There's the pitch punt once again. Back out on the field is Maliki Campbell. Good to see him back out there after being injured shortly before this possession. And that ball rolls out of bounds at the 20 for Gladiator ball.
Well, so the punt away, finally getting there. That gave, hopefully this time, Chabot College offense can burn some time off the clock, run some offensive plays, move the ball methodically, convert a couple of first downs, get down the field, and allow the Chabot defense to maybe catch their breath a little bit, get some Gatorade in their system.
5 minutes, 39 seconds left in the second quarter as the Gladiators are up 23-0 over the College of Siskiyou Eagles. Starting off with a handoff, losing a few yards.
Yeah, nothing doing on that one, and a big stop for Hunter Paulson of the Eagles out of Lake Oswego, Oregon.
It looks like LT Beck is back out on the field for the Chabot offense.
I like how they switch off the quarterbacks like that, each one having their own personality, their own uniqueness to them.
We saw Turangan on the previous possession, one play, one throw, and now back out there again as Beck looks to throw.
And he's a southpaw, throws with his left. Nice pass.
Every single flag from every single referee down on the field.
Unfortunately, huh?
We'll see if that one comes back or if they will mark it at the 41.
Yeah, that's a drag. Aki Ansar getting that nice pass there in the wings, and I just realized what makes it unique about LT Beck being out there with Turangan going back and forth. You get Beck out there left-handed. He can roll to his left and throw with his left on the power foot, and find him. That's exactly what he did on that last play. And a lot of times with defense, you're always going against right-handed players, and even right-handed throwers, quarterbacks that you're playing against, if they are moving to their left, they have to throw off that back foot kind of off-side, and you play against a player like LT Beck who's got the southpaw thing going on, the left-handed thing. That's his power side, and that's exactly the side he threw on. So I'm curious what all these flags were, and it could be because everything opened up that it could be an interior holding on the offense, and that's exactly what they're calling. And a personal foul chop block against the Eagles, my goodness. Okay, penalties offset. Which it's never made sense to me that a holding call on the offensive line can offset a chop block personal foul against the defense, but probably because the yardage offsets. But man, one of them just seems stronger than the other, doesn't it? Just the name chop block, personal foul, you know.
Spread offense for Chabot. First time we've seen them in this position tonight, as Beck able to keep it rolling as he gets hit and throwing it straight to his team out of bounds as another flag is on the field.
That was a wise toss by Beck. Originally, it looked like he actually played a fake almost, like stopping for a second. I thought that was by design, but maybe not. But turning around and just chucking it to the sidelines. There was a receiver that was nearby that could have possibly got it. Angelo Martinez. We've got an ineligible man downfield for Chabot, so the offensive line's moving a little too far from the scrimmage line.
Is it off or down?
Eagles coach still trying to decide if he wants to take the penalty or not. It will be 3rd and 11. Turangan back out on the field for Chabot. Tidwell in the back. Turangan in some trouble. Dodging one tackle, breaking another, rolling right side. Defense is there for him. And they stop him at about the 17.
Good defensive stop for the Eagles. Stopping the Gladiators as they have on this series, but I think Turangan wanted to chuck that thing downfield. At one point he had one player, but he was just covered by too many players, and so running to try to get a yard or two, eventually being pushed out of bounds.
Second time we've seen the punt team for Chabot. Clock winding down at 4 minutes left in the first half.
This will be great field position for the Eagles here if this works out for them.
Gets it. Oh, and a muffed punt by the Eagles.
There's a battle
Both teams
for it
down on it.
Yeah, they're down in the huddle. Let's see who actually comes up with it. Looks like they're just going to call it down. Siskiyou ball literally on the 50.
See that ball come out at the last second, and Chabot able to reach that mark.
Looking for some short passes to number 34 in the slot here. The right side again. They're playing deep off of him. There
Looking
it
to
is.
throw it exactly right. Another flag on the field, making his way up the right sideline before being taken out for the first down. But we'll see if the flag brings it back.
You know, that's an unfortunate situation there because Jake Bruce had the play and he had the run and he was able to skirt past the defenders and break one tackle, dragging another one 10 yards to it.
And it's going to be roughing the passer on Chabot. So move the chains automatically.
Wow, that is a huge play. And that is a big, big penalty.
They're going to tack it on after the run, or the pass, excuse me. So from the 24, Eagles looking at the high red zone.
You know, yeah, it's a 15-yard penalty, and it's from the end of the play, and we know Jake Bruce got that thing all the way to the 39. So one play netted them 25 yards plus.
With those four receivers, look for another pass as they do just that. Left side caught one-handed by the same player, Jake Bruce, able to get a few yards.
A tackle by Michael Duran out of San Francisco. And I think right now what the coaching staff of the College of the Siskiyou Eagles are doing is they're starting to see that they're playing off the slots. The safeties are watching them, but not quite covering them. And so far, in about 3 or 4 plays, those slot men for the Eagles have been able to get those short passes. You also watch this number 9 here on the right side. And, of course, next to him is Jake Bruce. They're playing way off those guys.
Looking to throw again over the middle, nearly intercepted just at the line, but tipped in and out.
The problem with Hunter Davis is he's just throwing a little too low, and those linemen, you cannot do that. The Chabot linemen we've already seen are watching and playing heads up. That time Niles Waiohu from Lahaina, Hawaii, or Lahaina rather, put his hands up and was able to stop.
The Eagles don't disguise their passing plays very well. They always have those 4 receivers, and whenever they have that, they go for the pass. When they don't have the 4 receivers, they go for the run. So it's very easy for that Chabot defense to recognize that. And even if they do have those 4 receivers and decide to run, the defensive backs are still going to go out and defend the wide receivers while the defensive line goes inside. Davis throwing once again into the end zone. No defense is there, but over the hands, jumps too early.
Caton Sine, he was the man in motion. You were just saying it. Both the slots were brought in, so I'm looking for the run. They put Sine in motion, and my goodness, I think Chabot defense was doing exactly what you're saying. They're running, and he had his man wide open. That is unfortunate. There's nothing you can say about that other than we just didn't catch it, Coach. The ball just wasn't there. It was almost like, he's open. There he is. Just over the outstretched hands. I think Hunter got it, may have eaten a little too much Wheaties this morning, man. He put some power on that. That was very unfortunate.
Looking at a 4th down now after that incomplete pass.
And a great defensive stop for Chabot, by the way, although that time I think Chabot dodged a bullet.
Looking for that passing play. Rolling right side is Davis. Over the top. Caught at the 10. And that'll be a first down.
My goodness, Carlos De La Rosa with a big pass reception, and the Eagles able to convert that to a first down. But I'll tell you, he also had Caton Sine open. Right now, the Chabot defense are not really paying attention of those receivers. He had Sine open on the left and instead goes for the big man who hasn't had much touches today, and that was a great play, even in coverage with 2 defenders there to tackle him.
Have those 4 receivers once again. We'll see what Davis and the Eagles decide to do. Single back behind him as he's taking his time. Defense on the ready. Davis looking right. Has multiple receivers in and out of the hands, nearly intercepted.
Tell you, they are really pushing the envelope here. They're really going in the air trying to make something happen despite Chabot's defense on the ready. The guys who can touch the ball in the secondary are ready and willing, especially when you're this close to the end zone, because now they're going to be playing closer. They're not going to be as off as they have been in the open field. They're going to be a little closer. And that time, they almost got that picked off.
You have to be aware if you are the Eagles, because there's no first down marker now. It's either end zone or nothing if you do decide to go for it on all 4 plays. Now they only have those 2 receivers. Tight end in motion right to left. Looking to throw left side. In some trouble and a huge takedown.
Beautiful pickup. Chabot College defense really keeping an eye on those guys. They're really watching that Jake Bruce, and that time the line were able to do what they had been doing prior, and that was let's get to Hunter as fast as we can and not give him the look. Not get that ball up on the shoulder to throw it. You'll look. He's looking left. He's looking for Jake Bruce, and then he has to scramble because in comes the line. And so the Siskiyous offensive line not giving Hunter the time and the cover. You know what I mean?
3 receivers left side for the Eagles, and one way to throw off the defense is to take a run here from the 12.
There they are, off on Jake Bruce again.
Rolling
left
side.
They're going to look for him.
Oh, big trouble for the Eagles. Another big takedown by the defensive line.
Big left tackle. I don't know how many times we're going to mention, was it Mitchell or was it Porter, number 99? 90, yeah. I tell you, it's either one of those 2 guys, and you'll see them switch on the line back and forth. I mean, that's that all-important, most highly paid defensive position, right? Right there from the left tackle. You come in from behind him, putting the hurt on Hunter Davis. I mean, that was classic play right there. That's classic left tackle on the defense. Chase him down.
43 seconds left in the first half. Play clock winding down to 3.
And look at where they are now, 4th.
And
down and long.
The Eagles will call a timeout with 36.7 seconds left. Chabot up 23-0 on NorCal Sports TV.
Broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
Noah Silverthorne set to kick the field goal, putting on 3 points at the end of the first half if they can from the middle of the field.
He can hit this. We were watching him in pregame, hitting him right from this area.
Good hold as that one launches up and hits the right post, hits the upright, and falls shy. As Chabot will take over with 31.9 seconds. They've scored in this amount of time before if they do want to go for it.
Be curious to see what they do bring out. That 38-yard attempt, he was hitting those in pregame like nothing, like candy. And just the aim. I mean, you hit the upright. That's got to be a heartbreaking.
We'll take another look at that one. Launching up. Stopping off that upright.
So Chabot shooting and getting a blank here in the first half.
Take a run up the middle with Tidwell as that will start the clock and most likely end it. Although the Chabot offense still staying on the field.
Yeah, I think they're going to come off the field now.
That'll do it for the first half. Chabot Gladiators 23, College of the Siskiyous Eagles nothing on NorCal Sports TV.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills, and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because I thought there's going to be like very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and just got to meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was fun.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second. Has another shot. Puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for three. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the
Beautiful
chills? I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
Look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, you know, I like the competitiveness as well, so.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills, and shooting drills.
I think, you know, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because I thought personally there's gonna be like very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and you know, just gotta meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was fun.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on demand.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second. Has another shot. Puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for three. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the
Beautiful
chills? I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
Look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, you know, I like the competitiveness as well. So.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
what's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because I thought there's going to be like very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and just got to meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was really fun.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second, has another shot, puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for three. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the
Beautiful
chills? I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, you know, I like the competitiveness as well. So.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far? My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills, and shooting drills.
I think, you know, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because I thought there was going to be like very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero.
After a great first half for the Chabot Gladiators, they are now back on the field, set to receive the second half kickoff from the Siskiyous Eagles.
Yeah, good field position here with a big lead. Let's see if they can continue doing what they did the first half. They'll walk away victorious.
Kick received at the 30, and he did call a fair catch, so Chabot Gladiator ball from their own 30.
Yeah, you put your hand in the air like that. That just means just want to catch it and be down. And he may have just been doing his version of hip hop hooray, not really calling for the fair, not realizing. Now, actually, number 45, we actually saw him with a little bit of action in the first half. Tima Awamatagi.
Turangan will take the field in the second half to start it, as he has a quarterback keep left side. Had the option to hand it off, but staying on his feet for a 5-yard gain.
Something we didn't see in the first half there. Fake the handoff, quarterback keep, see what you can do. Well, you pick up 6 yards on first down. Now there's options for the offensive line and the coaching staff to make something happen. And Chabot right now wants to control the game. They can control this game for the rest of it. I mean, up 23-0 offensively. Keep the ball as long as possible. Every 2 or 3 plays, get a first down. Burn some time off the clock, but that was a great play and well designed.
Let's revisit the 3 scoring plays for Chabot earlier on. They did not start with the ball, but they got it soon after a 3-and-out. Pass caught over the middle for the first down, gaining yard after yard.
Jamal Lavalier, and there you go. Converting second down for a first down is it. Yeah, you remember it was a fumble recovery picked up by number 99, and then they attempted a field goal. That was no good. Then they scored on a 12-yard run, put them up 7-0 with the PAT good. They then got a fumble recovery in the end zone after a punt block and scored, which put them up 14-0. They picked up a couple more fumbles, but then later on ended up getting a safety on a punt block inside the end zone, went up 16-0. And then a huge pass, 55 yards, touchdown pass to go up 23-0 with the PAT good, and that's where we are here starting the second half.
2nd and 10 for Chabot as Turangan taking his time. Pistol formation, single back, 2 receivers right side as he rolls that way. And a huge hit, taking it deep in the backfield. Don't know what was wrong there as he just let the defense come in and take him down.
Ryan ten Holscher from the Netherlands, playing college ball in California, has a huge defensive stop for College of the Siskiyous.
He was looking and just decided to take the hit, a huge loss for Chabot as it's now 3rd and a plane ride.
6'4", 245 pounds from his linebacker position, coming right into Turangan. What are you going to do when you got a Mack truck that size coming at you? And again, he's playing out of the Netherlands.
Turangan in the gun, 4 receivers. Throws left side. Caught at the 40, fighting for 1 yard as he gets taken down by number 44, Mason Smith. And he's slow to get up.
Yeah, Jordan Mason took a hit there late, not quite back to the original line of scrimmage. But you see the arm of Turangan not as strong as he had to throw literally across the field, and Jordan Mason had to wait for it to get to him. And then as he began to run and hit by number 44, another Mack truck for the Eagles, Mason Smith, coming in at 5'11", 190 pounds, out of Portland, Oregon.
Good defensive stance for the Siskiyou Eagles, making Chabot punt on their first possession in the second half. As that ball bounces out the 25, takes a Chabot bounce, inside the 20.
Well, the Eagles have not been able to do much offensively. A couple of punt blocks went against them for safety, touchdown. We know a long field goal attempt late in the first half hit off the right upright. Just haven't been able to capitalize and make any big plays and get, other than one series in which they got down close.
Hunter Davis has taken a few big hits as well for the offense of the Eagles. We'll see if the offensive line can protect him on this possession. And Hunter Davis is actually lining up off the left side as a receiver.
O.J. Kaliha taking the snap.
Looking for Davis, turns exactly when the ball was there, although met at the feet for no gain.
Yeah, a little low there. O.J. Kaliha out of Del Norte High School in Crescent City is 6 foot 200 pounds. Looking for his 5'11", 175-pound quarterback friend, receiver. All right, we'll see what Kaliha can do here. I don't know what the scouting report is on him. I'm sure Chabot has some tape and has kept their eye out to see if he comes out there. But you're right, Hunter Davis is in the game. He's playing that left slot. And he's in that position that Chabot defense quite hasn't been paying, not that they're not paying attention, but they're just allowing those guys to go out.
Looking left side once again, but finds the sideline for another incomplete pass. 3rd and 10 for the Eagles on their first possession after the break.
First pass a little low, second pass a little hot. Now we just got to get one right in the middle. Get those guys running the out pattern. Bringing in a big tight end, number 86, Augustine Guido. Coming in for number 34, Jake Bruce. We'll see if he's in there just to be a blocker or if he's an opportunist in pass. They have him down.
Rolling left side. Another pass. 3rd time is the charm. Connects on that one, but only for a gain of 2.
And they threw to that man that just came in, Augustine Guido. From the tight end position. Slow to get up after that. He replaced Jake Bruce for that play, but wasn't quite able to make anything happen on that pass.
And he's going to walk it off, stay in the game with a few substitutions because it is 4th and 8.
So the young man from Gervais, Oregon couldn't do anything for College of the Siskiyous Eagles here. And
they do have Maliki Campbell in the back if they do decide to pitch it out to him and punt like they have before. But be careful once again because the Chabot defense in there quick. And there it is, but gets it off just in the nick of time as that one bounces at the 42 for an Eagle bounce inside the 35.
Tell you, number 99, Robert Porter, was just itching for the punt block. He wanted that bad. Coming off the field, looking at his players with his hands up like, gents, I almost had that.
2 quick possessions, one for both teams. And Chabot, they did get 1 first down, but nothing after that, and the Eagles unable to get more than 3 yards as the Gladiators take over once again.
You know, from their 34, they were at their 30 to start the second half, and so in the same position here. Not much time off the clock, though. Incomplete passes stop the clock.
Beck handing off up the middle, finding a huge hole for a gain of 10. Largest run of the night for Beck.
We haven't seen Tidwell for quite some time, Amari Tidwell. And doing what he was doing early on in the first half, not bad getting 10 yards on first down, I think.
We're seeing that flip-flop of quarterbacks once again between Tangerin and Beck. As Beck leads them to a first down.
And he is a left-handed quarterback, so if he rolls to his left, he can really throw off the defense like right here.
Keeping it himself, gain of 5 yards, multiple flags on the field as he's staying on his feet for another first down as the flags are down on the Eagle side of the field. And another flag thrown very late after the play was over.
Might have some unsportsmanlike conduct here after this one. I'm curious what the original flags were. They may have had some Chabot players jumping across the line again. Ineligible receivers heading downfield, not waiting long enough for the quarterback to start his run. It was a beautiful run by L.T. Beck, holding on to it and running to his strong side, the left side, being chased down.
See that you saw that flag.
There might have been some blocking in the back by Chabot, coming back toward the quarterback and trying to get the Siskiyous players down. But again, there was a lot of pushing and shoving afterwards. A helmet came flying off, a lot of emotions.
6 of the 7 officials talking about what just went down and what they're going to call and how it's going to play out as we get the call from the White Hat. Holding on Chabot. Personal foul on the defense.
That's that helmet coming off.
And they will offset, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 45 again.
So originally those linemen coming out, they need to keep their hands in. They're letting their hands go out. Their quarterback's running out, so everybody's running toward to try to tackle him. And they're coming out in an attempt to block for him. And so they get this holding call, kind of holding out there. And then you get the hand to the face and the helmet eventually coming off.
After the massive penalties, pistol formation, 3 receivers. Beck hands it off to Tidwell. And the offensive line pushing Tidwell up for a gain of 4.
Either Chabot's defense is getting tired or Tidwell is just finding and not moving his feet and able to rack up those yards. He's a strong young man. He runs almost with the with that power coming in and tucking in. And to get 4 yards like that through a hole like that and to push the offense, 5'8", 205 sophomore.
Tariq Jabbar came from the sideline, told the quarterback to play as a few players jump off. We'll see if it's on the defense or on the offense. Says it will be against Chabot for a false start.
They're already moving back.
So back to 2nd and 11.
Either team able to make anything happen here to start the second half. A little sluggish. A couple of nice big runs by the quarterbacks and plays for Chabot in their first series, but nothing here in their second series.
Man in motion right to left, fakes the handoff, takes it himself right side, but in some trouble as the defense meets him at the line of scrimmage, only for a gain of about 1.
Right now they're keeping the ball on the ground and trying to burn some of this game clock off.
Already about 6 minutes taken off from the second half.
The Chabot defense staying true in their position on that weak side, as number 9, LT Beck, did go that side. Had they not stayed in their position and remained there, they wouldn't have been able to pick up that tackle.
Switching quarterbacks again, pistol formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, looking to throw. Screen pass right side, but the defense meets him there again.
Yeah, nothing going there, huh? Not a lot happening on that one.
And a huge flag way late after the play, probably unsportsmanlike conduct.
A lot of emotions are going to start flying. Again, Chabot in control of the game. Just needs to control the clock, keep the ball on the ground, get a first down every few plays. They can burn a lot of time off the game clock. And Siskiyous in that moment where they're almost got their backs to the wall, down 3 touchdowns, and needing to make something happen.
And that call will be against Chabot. So a huge 15-yard penalty from where it happened all the way down to the 31. And it's going to be a loss of down as well, so it's 4th and very long.
Yeah, one of the things Chabot needs to do is just make sure they don't keep the trash talking down to a minimum.
4th and about 23 as Chabot will punt it away for the second time. Great field position for the Eagles again as it drops down at about the 43-yard line.
Well, we knew going into this that one team would be the victor at the end, obviously. One team would have their first victory of the season, and Chabot would like nothing more than to wrap this up with a victory on their home field. Moving on to the next opponent and preparing. They still have a quarter and a third, 2/3 to complete. They don't want this to get away from them. No emotions. Want to continue playing their game.
Eagles looking to throw and straight through the line. What happened there? As Chabot just goes straight for the quarterback.
They have just been finding him almost every time, and it's just, they had number 86, the big tight end, Augustine Guido, who wasn't even covered. And I think they were looking to possibly pass his direction, as you see him there on the bottom right of your screen. And the minute the ball was snapped, the blasting, the defending line of Chabot, just too much. An offensive line of the Siskiyou Eagles is just not giving the quarterbacks enough time to prep their pass.
Strong IQ by the quarterback, being able to let the ball go and drop to the ground for an incomplete pass, which takes him back to 2nd and 10 as he flips it out to the left side, finding a huge hole for a gain of 8 yards.
Caton Sine there, picking up the yards for the Eagles, and a nice play. It's a very nice pitch by the quarterback, something we haven't seen from them since the very first series of the game. They came out and ran kind of a quasi-wildcat in a sense, where the quarterback scrambled and had 3 options, pass, pitch, or keep. And in that position there, what he did was he had everybody chasing after him, and he pitched it just at the right time, which gave Sine the room to run that 8 yards.
Eagles have been in the same formation all day as they hand it off once again. Actually a quarterback keep, but it's not going to result in anything anyway as he's taken down at the line.
I think what's really working for them, if they go back to that very first series, and that last play they just did, is when you give that quarterback an option of 3 different plays while he's running. Having that tailback as his last option. But here they are now with 4th and short. 3 quick plays.
Let's see if they can convert on this 4th and 2. As they have 4 receivers look for that pass. And he drops the ball as it's snapped, and another big takedown from the defensive line.
What are you going to do, huh? Niles, Pokipala, Wai'ohu from Lahaina, Hawaii.
And that will turn it over on downs after the big defensive stop. Chabot's offense back out on the field.
I'm wondering if there's any defensive player of Chabot that we have not called who has not had an opportunity to take down the quarterback of the Siskiyou Eagles. That was a great play. We've seen number 19 there in this last series a couple of times, being the guy blasting through the hole. I mean, they're just not giving him any options. I mean, and that's just, offensive line, just not covering and protecting your quarterback.
Back in the pistol for Turangen. Hands it off while he rolls right side.
Big reverse, big play. Chabot bringing out some new plays to see what they can get done against the Siskiyous team, and quite successful. Looked like he ran about 40 yards to get the 4 yards that he got there, but he got there.
We'll call it a successful play as it's second and about 6. We see the replay. He was rolling right side, and nobody really saw him coming the other way as he was able to break through.
No blocks in the back. Nobody holding. It's clean.
From the left hash mark this time, Turangen going to hand it off. Finding his way left side, tripping up at the 35, but first, getting the first.
Joseph Broussard there. We saw him earlier in the game, had a carry or two, and so what's nice about Chabot is they've got some depth in their team. Between Tidwell, Broussard, a few of the short passes, even the quarterbacks can scramble, run, and make some things happen. Very good game for Chabot here today.
Chabot coming into this one 0-2, finally getting that one. I'm going to call it right now. I don't think they're going to come back from this 3-possession game, as they will hand it off, taking that time off the clock, but a defensive stop from the Eagles this time.
Yeah, Broussard dropped back, loss of yards, and Chabot still has some work to do. Hasn't been perfect for them, but a great opportunity for coaches, and of course for their own sake and the mentalness and the momentum, having a victory on your home field, because you just called the victory, didn't you?
I did. I put it in the fridge. 23-0. The score may change, but I do believe Chabot's going to take this one.
Well, they're doing what probably they should be doing, and that's just controlling the game clock, keeping it on the ground. Too many incomplete passes will stop the clock.
And they get the defense to jump, and finally the flags will come out after the quarterback was able to get it and try to roll outside. And the Siskiyous Eagles, they haven't done bad. They've had the plays. They've gotten yards, just not able to do it every single time, and the defense just knows exactly what they're doing, which is a big shock to anybody who you're playing against.
And you mentioned earlier, too, Chabot changes out a lot of players, even on the defense, which is nice. Gives their players a lot of time to rest. And of course, that was against the Eagles of Siskiyous, and they need to move the ball in the other direction, so Chabot has the advantage here. Long snap count got most of the Siskiyous Eagles defensive line to jump and encroach. And no, that's not your internet lagging. That was just a little brief delay in the referees even didn't the flags, because we all kind of just paused for a second, took a breath like, are we throwing a flag?
Turangen looking to throw. Finds a receiver. No, it's intercepted by the Eagles at the 11 as the ball comes out, but they're going to mark him down at the 11.
Jonathan Bailey from Las Vegas, Nevada, comes up with a pick for the Siskiyous Eagles.
Take another look at this one. Turangen had plenty of time in the pocket. Had the receiver there. And they marked the receiver down where he caught it at the 11 as his knee hit the ground. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third quarter as the Eagles get the ball back.
Something good for the Siskiyous Eagles to go back and look and see what they did right in the secondary, and a great pick. Good hands as the ball was thrown very hard.
And O.J. Kaliha will lead the team for the Eagles as Hunter Davis is wide right, and a run straight through the left side, getting a first down, fighting for more yards,
wow,
down past the 30.
Look at that, Ismail Sloan. We haven't seen anything like that from these guys today. That was a big run, probably 20 yards there.
We'll take another look at it as he just found the hole that he needed to find. And luckily his offensive line was there to push him all the way through, while Chabot's defense actually let him run that much further.
He got about 13 yards on the run and then got 7 more on the push.
Here they are again with that momentum still coming. Man in motion right to left, handing it off again, but the defense is there to stop him this time, only for a gain of 2.
That's the, that was number 1. Okay, Ismail Sloan. Ball carrier again. Yeah, nothing on that one, right? Found the hole there. Or they filled the hole there, rather, Chabot.
One big play and one not so happy for the Eagles. Back to pass. OJ tipped. And that will fall incomplete as it did come out of his hand first. Another big defensive stop.
Telling you, the Chabot defense, you give them just a little time to possibly throw. Chabot defense is going to be there. That front defensive line is not going to let you stand there for too long without coming in and doing something. Putting a hand up, getting the block. I think that was that number 99 again.
With that incomplete pass, it's 3rd and about 7. OJ under center. Right side, quick pass caught by Jake Bruce for the first down and more.
And there they were again, Chabot defense just leaving Jake Bruce wide open, leaving him alone, not even covering him. They're playing so far off those slots. And that time, I almost called it before it went. I said, boy, Jake Bruce is just over here all alone. And as soon as the ball was snapped, that quarterback had to throw it quick because you see the Chabot defense coming in fast. And that time right in the hands of Jake Bruce. And like you said, getting the first down across the, well, I thought he got across the midfield, but they got him down on the 50.
Looks like an injured player is on the field for Chabot. Maybe just a bad cramp, but 23-0, 2.5 left in the third quarter on NorCal Sports TV.
Broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
Jake Bruce able to find his way downfield for an Eagles first down. Eagle ball at the 50.
Chabot defense now coming in tight.
Another handoff left side.
This is where the Chabot defense really flourish. In tight, nobody looking to pass. DJ Chrisley with the tackle there out of Tennessee for Chabot. Although he did get 5 yards on that run through the push.
One receiver either side, man in motion again. Quarterback keep, flicks it out left side. Past the line of scrimmage, down to the first down marker. It's going to be close.
Third play this game. You give the quarterback that option. Pass, run, or pitch. It's kind of a quasi type of wildcat. They're not running the wildcat, but when you're scrambling like that and you got your tailback running behind you with that option, there it is again.
And they're going to mark it short of the first down marker, so it's 3rd and inches for the Eagles offense. With the Chabot defense, I don't know what you do in this situation because they come in quick and they come in hard.
Well, they've got their tight ends in there. And if they don't cover those guys and they come blasting to the quarterback and he can get that ball off quick.
And the Chabot defense lets them through for an Eagle first down.
I think they were wondering if they were going to pass it anyway, but Ismail Sloan picks up 5 yards on that run, and that was a great play for the Siskiyous Eagles, who are now methodically marching down, playing their game, and running a few other plays that seems to be successful for them, and that is if the quarterback can quickly get a look, get an option. If he's not going to run, he's got to get the pass off quick. The short passes to the tight ends.
Even though the Eagles offense has been closer to the goal line previous than this possession, it does seem that this is the best possession for them all game as OJ takes a run up the gut.
Yeah, and you notice in the back on that tailback was cut off right away. Caton Sine would have been that option, but OJ knew that, and so he cut up field. They immediately, the Chabot defense, picked up on Sine in the backfield, which took away that option. But I do believe OJ Kalia was planning on running it anyway. But because they ran that same play that would have given that option if he kept running on the outside, they get 3 yards. See if they brought in any other They got a tight end on the left side. And the guy in a slot, that's Sine.
Looking for Hunter Davis as he catches it at the 29-yard line. Not quite enough for the first down as the third quarter ends 23-0. We'll see where they mark it after the break. Tonight on NorCal Sports TV, the number 4 versus number 5 JC football teams in the state. City College of San Francisco versus Modesto Junior College. Join Chris Babcock at 6 p.m. on NorCal Sports TV.
Tell you, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, NorCal Sports TV, you're missing out on some great collegiate sports and high school sports from all over the region. It's wonderful. Or you can go to the website, norcalsportstv.com. We appreciate Dion I with the vision that he had to do this and letting us guys come out and do this. And people like Levi, my son here, who's young and has the ambition to be a sports broadcaster on the big league someday. It's fun times.
Looking left side on the catch, making his way down the sideline to the 15 before being taken out. A huge play for the Siskiyous Eagles, now knocking on the door to score.
Chase Scrivener with that catch. Man, we all of a sudden see some light from Siskiyous, and you're like, wait a minute, what? Did I just see what I just saw? And then look who you've got out here, trips right.
25 yards.
Hunter.
25 yards, 1st and 10 from the 15 as he's looking to throw right. Jake Bruce with the catch and being taken down after a gain of 4.
And good job for the Chabot defense picking that up. They knew it was going to be to one of those guys over there. You've got all your hands over there. But since you just passed a Chase Scrivener on the last one, you also had him all alone on the weak side, on the left side. So a lot of options for the Eagles here in their 11th play of this drive. This is the longest drive in series of any one of these two teams today.
It's always that same formation, although just switching up the receivers, trips left side with the 2 flankers. As OJ looks to throw, caught at the 10, Jake Bruce, and being taken out of bounds at about the 13.
Good pickup by Aokai Grace out of Salt Lake, Hawaii. And a great defensive stop there again, 2 times in a row for Chabot, as the man-to-man coverage on those trips right, getting him stopped there.
The Eagles are getting the plays off, they're executing, they're catching it, although they're just not getting the yards that they need to advance the ball towards that first down marker. And they really need it here on 3rd and 6.
Go back to their traditional offense here.
Man in motion, left to right, another handoff up the gut. It's a fake again. OJ straight down the middle, not quite into the end zone as he falls short at the 1.
Did you see he nearly pitched that to Sine? Last minute, he looked to his right, and instead he tucked it, went straight up the middle when he saw the hole. Watch this heads-up play by this quarterback. I'm really liking this young man's style of play. When they give him the options that he has, where he has one of the 3, it's quite remarkable. And, of course, they're going straight to the play here, so we're not going to be able to see the replay there. But great heads-up play by this young man.
OJ handoff straight up the gut. Touchdown, Siskiyous, putting their first points on the board in the 4th quarter.
90 yards, 15 plays to cross the goal line for the College of the Siskiyous Eagles.
It looks like they will go for 2. As OJ is still under center, 2 wide receivers, 1 to both sides. Another handoff as he stopped way in the backfield. No good. 23-6. Let's take a look at that touchdown from the Eagles just moments ago.
And you see here, just up the gut, handoff to Ismail Sloan. And unfortunately, 2-point conversion. Here's that play before. You see, he had the option to pitch on the outside and instead saw the hole to his left, which set up the touchdown run. And that was a great heads-up play. When you have a quarterback who has the 3 options and he knows what he's looking at and he can look up ahead, he may not pass the ball, but one of the 2 things he's always going to do is if he knows he can't get to it, he's going to take the hit and pitch it at the same time. And I really thought he was going to pitch it on the outside, but when he cut up field, he realized he saw some room there. And so it was a great play. Great series. And again, 15 straight plays. That's a lot of Chabot defense on the field at the one time. And to be able to march it down 90 yards to finally get the 6 on the board.
And the Eagles get to kick off as well for the only time besides at the half where they decided to kick off to the Gladiators. As this one will bounce at the 25 with an Eagle bounce, as it'll be forced to be picked up at the 15. And there's a flag down where they picked it up. This is an odd situation.
He may have stepped out of lines over there. Oliver Saunders, the third, out of Vallejo, may have actually stepped out of bounds. That was a very dangerous play, risky move by the young man. Try to make something happen, but Chabot will have the ball now deep in their own territory.
Took a huge Eagles bounce that led to this penalty flag.
Looks like they're picking it up.
And they will place the ball at the 15-yard line. And if they pick the flag up, they still should have added the Chabot yards to the end of the run, although knocked them dead a little early. And they're going back to talk about it before it.
Yeah, we got an official timeout here. But hey, let's take a look again at that series. 15 straight plays, 90 yards for the College of the Siskiyous Eagles. At some point, you look at the Chabot defense, who just had some huge stops during that entire series, still making plays. Just Eagles were eventually able to punch it in, and of course it was set up by a big quarterback keeper run that even created the first down opportunity inside the 1. They were able to eventually get it across the goal line. So the Eagles coming on the scoreboard for the first time can look at something and say, okay, we are able to get somewhere and make something happen. But Chabot College Gladiators, both these teams 0-2 coming into the game. Looks like Chabot's going to more than likely walk away the victory, but there's still some time left. 12:31. We watched Chabot score 2 quick touchdowns early in the game. And 2 touchdowns away is all Siskiyou really needs if they want to get back into this. And again, we talked about clock management, game management, clock management. Chabot down with the ball in the 4th quarter, 12.5 to go. If they can get a first down every few downs.
Here's the Chabot offense after the kickoff. And taken down in the backfield is a new quarterback we haven't seen today, R.J. Javar.
He's a freshman out of Salt Lake, Hawaii. And I like the fact that Chabot has such depth on their roster. And just an opportunity for a young man to take some snaps here on the collegiate level as a freshman.
And he will stay in for Chabot after the loss of 4 yards. In the gun, running back to his left side, and a failed snap with another loss of yards.
Yeah, that short snap might have hit the glutes of the center. We might have some new linemen out on the field, too, getting an opportunity to play some football here. You know, Levi, a week ago we were in at Merced College, and we watched two teams that had taken huge losses in their previous games. And Merced came out firing on all cylinders, had some great plays, some names in the squad that really opened our eyes. And here we are at Chabot College, two teams again 0-2, and yet Chabot comes out swinging, and they're at the point now where they're even going deep into their roster, giving everybody a chance to take some snaps here. And this team has made some moves and done some things here today that have really surprised me, that I wouldn't have known they were 0-2 if I had just come as a visitor watching a game.
Absolutely. It's incredible what the teams can do when they're coming off a loss and they have the momentum. They say, I don't want to lose again. I don't want to lose again. And that's a lot of thinking for the younger players. They say, I don't want to lose. That's not what I'm here for. So they go out there, they work together, and they do, well, look at the scoreboard. They do that.
Yeah, and they play with a lot of heart. Tarangan there on the long pass couldn't get his man open there, and so it's going to bring up a punt situation for Chabot. But, even during halftime, we watched some of the players interacting with one another. Some of the players that are injured all hanging out with some other players, and obviously as the team was in the locker room, we got to see some of the players and how they interact with one another, and it was just great to see the camaraderie between these guys.
A bad snap for the punter as he had to get it off quickly, and it takes an eagle bounce down to the 35 is where Chabot knocked it dead.
So remember I mentioned earlier, they're down 2 touchdowns. They need to score quick if they're going to want to make something happen. A quick touchdown here will put them within striking distance with plenty of time on the clock. I mentioned this earlier, that last touchdown. Unfortunately, the 2-point conversion failing, I said if they're going to do anything, they're going to have to score quick and get this between one. And here, that long punt after a 3-and-out for Chabot has put the Eagles exactly in the position they want to be in right now.
Handoff option straight up the gut, but taken down too early, a gain of nothing. And even if the Eagles decide to score here and one more time with 2-point conversions, they'll be down by 1 point if they do score 16 off 8 and 8. So 3 possessions, and I'm not sure if that's possible with the way Chabot's defense has been playing.
Yeah, I was going to, I just mentioned that the Eagles needed to do that, but that's not necessarily the case when you have a Chabot defense with the depth that they have, with the players that can come in and out and make that things happen. But I'm telling you, what has worked for the Eagles, I would look for a couple of those options. Give that quarterback that option to pitch or run with it. Let him run to the outside. Make some moves here. Put a man in motion. Sine, there he is.
Looking to throw this time, and just behind the receiver, intended target Hunter Davis.
Yeah, those passes out in the flat on the right side today just have not been there. The quarterbacks throw the ball. It's usually behind the receiver. I mean, that was to another quarterback that's been running receiver motion as well. But when you had Sine in motion, snap, run along with him, pitch it to him last minute if you can, or go with your tight end options that you had. Jake Bruce, which Bruce is out there right now, and nobody's covering him. He's the second slot man in between on the trips there.
Keep an eye out for him as he does drop back to pass. Jake Bruce, there he is, a huge flag high up in the air as another incomplete pass occurs.
They have the options. They've had him open almost all day. We just can't get the passes there. It's just not quite connecting. Good coverage defensively, but they're playing off of him. And can you imagine if every pass completed, if we had a count, I wasn't keeping count, every pass to him on the right side or the left side has been complete? It'd be 7 yards almost on every play there.
And that penalty will be against Chabot for a 5-yard gain of the Eagles, 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, the only saving grace for him right now is those incomplete passes stop the clock. That's about it. Play clock still goes, but they need to convert this here if they really want to turn this game around or even have a chance at it.
Another handoff up the middle and stopped once again to make it 4th and 6.
Jerry Joseph, Des Moines, Washington, getting a chance to touch the ball for the Eagles. Unfortunately, the Eagles find themselves in familiar territory, fourth down, quite a few to go. But in this position, they're going to have to go for it. This is where you are here. You're at the point now where you go for it. What do? I'm thinking a short hot pass. Have those tight ends go straight up because you know what Chabot's going to do? They're going to cover thinking there's a pass. Or they're going to bring in the line and bring in the house.
We will see what they do as OJ dropping back. Deep pass left side. Nothing but the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, it was a little bigger than I thought it was going to be, but Chase Scrivener in his second pass tonight, the first time ran for a huge yardage that set them up for a score. This time he scored.
Incredible offensive play by the Siskiyou Eagles, putting 6 more points on the board to bring it to 23-12. Looking for an extra point or a 2-point conversion, but they do bring the kicking team on at this point.
The Eagles' offensive line gave OJ plenty of time to prepare for that step back and put all he had into it to get that pass out there because the Chabot defensive line has been blasting through so quick, but that time the offensive line was able to hold him to give that quarterback enough time to get that pass off. Noah Silverthorne should be automatic from here.
And he gets that one through the posts. 23-13, a 10-point game. Still 2 possessions. I know I put it in the fridge earlier, but it does look like the Eagles might come back from this.
Yeah, you put it in there. Now it's got to come true, right? Yeah, great play, great option. I mean, once he got past the secondary and was running. And again, this was all thanks to the O-line of the Siskiyou Eagles that was able to hold off that strong defensive Chabot defensive line that gave the quarterback enough time to prepare to throw that ball. They knew they were going to him. He was looking left the whole time. He stepped back, took a one hop, and just chucked that thing. I mean, he didn't just chuck it. He knew where he was passing it to. But you know what I mean, right? It was the step back, the one hop throw. And if you are a video gamer, you know, in Madden, you watch for that. You get to know the quarterbacks that are good at one-hop throws, and that obviously showed step back, one-hop toss can be pretty dangerous for this Siskiyou team. So another great positive play that the coaches will be able to go back and review and say, okay, we had some success there. We can do that. The O-line held. All we need to do is get quarterback to at least have one-hop time.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an Eagles onside kick here as well, as 9 minutes, 10 seconds left, and they brought it within 2 soft possessions. As Chabot is ready to receive, plenty of men short, waiting for that onside. They decide to do a squib kick up the middle. Takes a bounce, but received well at the 20. Big hole finding his way through to the 45.
What a run. That was just a beautiful run. And the receiver, Jamal Lavalier, for Chabot holding on to it and getting big yards on there and giving Chabot a little bit of breathing room here now as, again, if they want this game, control the clock. I mean, look, from the 20 going left side, he saw in advance, knew where he was going in, and just splitting those defenders. I mean, it took Jonathan Bailey, who's barely 5'11", 185 to take him down. But he wrapped him up, because that's what you got to do, right? You wrap up.
Looking to burn that clock, Chabot's offense again as they hand it off up the middle. Fighting his way for 4 yards. And he got hit straight at the line.
Tidwell got hit at the line, and from our angle, because we're right here on the 50-yard line, beautiful view from it, and you called it perfectly. I mean, it was a middle shot. You just can't get more middle than that. Just following just to the left side maybe of his center, and the 3 yards he did get wasn't something that was just given to him. He had to work for that.
Clock continues to run. Down to 8.5 minutes left. Chabot just waiting for that clock to expire as they hand it off to Tidwell again, straight up the gut for 6 yards, just shy of the first down mark.
He's doing what made him successful in the first half, and I love how Chabot just went back to their A-team, went back to the line and said, let's put some first downs on the board, let's burn some time off the clock. Tidwell, in 2 plays, picks up, well, he got 9 yards. His knee must have been down prior, because to me it looked like he was definitely near the 37, but they marked it at 35, a yard shy. But
third and 1 for the Gladiators. And he fought for it, staying on the feet as he was dragged around. The Eagles defense unable to take him down.
Joseph Broussard has had a couple of big runs tonight. If I'm not mistaken, he earlier was hit in the same fashion, but he just slithers his way through the hold. You're going to have to grab him with 2 hands, 2 arms, and not let go if you want to bring him down. This is the second time we've seen this, because that was just, here, let me just spin you around and give you a 360, brother, and then, and let you go from there. Good run. Chabot right now in control.
And another handoff. Tidwell left side, fighting his way the same way the previous play did for 9 yards.
If you're just now tuning in, Amari Tidwell's had a wonderful game, but he has not been the player of the game. He's had some great plays. It's been a complete team effort. But if you're just tuning in, you might be thinking, holy smokes, what is this? What is he running for 100-plus yards? I don't know. But when he does touch the ball, he gets a good 6 or 7 each time. I like Chabot's depth. They can pass, they can run, scramble. Even their special teams defenders. Everybody has scored here today.
And that'll be second and about 2. And usually in this position, teams take a shot at the end zone, but since they're trying to burn the clock, they'll probably hand it off, and they do to Tidwell again for the first down.
All he needed was 1, and he gets a little bit more than that. It's go time. Look, he was running behind his big lineman, that lineman that gave him the room, Geronimo Graff. Great blocking there by Geronimo, giving Tidwell that room. Tidwell literally just fell on his back.
And Tidwell will come out for this next play, as in his place comes Tariq Jabbar. Tanguran to Jabbar. Breaks 1 tackle, but unable to do it for the second and third as he's taken in the backfield.
A couple of defenders for the Eagles coming in wanting to try to get the sack. Couldn't quite get to the quarterback, but they were able to get to the runner who ran in their direction. They were coming in from that blind side really wanting to make something happen.
Second and 11 as the clock ticks down to 5 minutes left. In the fourth quarter, the Siskiyous Eagles have really made a statement, putting 2 scores on the board to bring it within 2 possessions.
They're hungry. They want it. They're not giving up. That's what I like about both these teams. They're both not giving up.
Another fake as he's fighting for it, and a penalty flag is on the ground at the line of scrimmage.
You've got those internal holds down there, and that was a broken up play. A lot of chatter. And you got the offensive line who can't see what's going on, and sometimes those guys get their hands in there. But it looks like this one might actually go. See, it was a holding call on the offense. And they're going to decline that and force them now into 3rd down.
Third and long for Chabot. And the clock continues to run. Looking to throw this time as the defense falls in. Pass right side, and it's caught inside the 10 by number 10, Akil Ansar.
Very fortunate play for Chabot. Long play that took a long time to develop, and the quarterback had to really chuck that from the left hash mark, but flags are thrown deep behind where the quarterback was. I don't know if it's a late hit on him, but the fact that number 10 had to turn around and stop for that with 3 defenders who probably didn't see the ball coming in at the last minute there.
They have yet to move the chains, and it will be against Chabot. So that play...
That just negated a huge increase for the Gladiators. We had the head referee, the white hat, come out of the game earlier and walk over here to meet the medical staff, and he has not come back. We do hope he's okay. I think he was looking at his hand when he came off. That was a huge penalty, Levi. That was almost 15 yards from where the quarterback who had chucked the ball and then came down. And so there must have been a block in the back or some illegal move. But all the way back to the Eagles' 46, Chabot goes. Now in their 9th play of this possession, which to their favor, hey, the clock's running. And they've got the lead.
Looking to throw again, left side this time. Bullet pass caught at the original line of scrimmage. Running completely sideways at the 30, trying to dodge tackles and loses 5 when he was already past the 30.
It was from the heart, really. Jamar Lavalier. He really was trying to make something happen there.
And a timeout will be called by the Eagles with 3 minutes, 35 seconds left. Chabot up 23-13 over the Eagles on NorCal Sports TV.
Broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
Fourth and long for Chabot as they are deep inside Eagles territory still. And college football not over for today yet. 6 o'clock tonight, join Chris Babcock in the battle between the 4th and 5th place between JC football in the state, City College of San Francisco versus Modesto Junior College.
Comes a big return on a short kick. And now the ball's free and Chabot's got it again. I tell you, if there's anything that can happen in a football game, we're seeing it here today, including referees getting hurt.
Let's go through this one more time.
Yeah, I want to see this on the replay. I'm so thankful for YouTube and Jason here, our producer, who's quick. And, of course, one of the cutest camera operators upstairs, Becky, my bride.
So let's see. He caught it at about the 15.
And he's a player who's known to hold the ball, but punched in from behind by the defender. So that ball, I mean, we've seen just about everything. Punt blocks in the end zone, touchdown. Pump blocks into the end zone, caught for a safety. And now a punch in the back and putting the salt on the wound, if you will, to Siskiyous Eagles. And I'm trying to see who that was that punched that ball out there, that player. I can't quite get his number. I didn't catch it live.
Looks like it's possibly 15 Braden Dalaposon.
Well, it would have been for Chabot, which would have been Vonnie Bailey. Yeah,
looking
I know,
at the
I've done
wrong
the same
roster
thing
on that one. I apologize. And the kick return was about for 40 yards before it popped out, too. It was an amazing turn of events for the Eagles, who could possibly score. And then
at one point I was going to say, okay, here we are now with only 3 minutes, and they're in striking distance again. But Chabot, if it can go right, they've had the right today. Everything that has gone, it's usually, if it's gone against any team, it's been against the Siskiyous Eagles here today.
And a timeout by Siskiyous as they're looking to get the ball back and possibly score again and again after that.
Well, you know, they forced the turnovers, they forced the time. And thank you, Jason, for letting us know it was number 23. Ukai Grace out of Salt Lake, Hawaii is the one who punched that ball free on the kick return.
And now for the Siskiyou Eagles to get the ball back, possibly score. There's 3 minutes, 13 seconds left. 1st and 10, they really need to get this going, make a defensive stop, punch the ball out just like Chabot did on the previous play.
Starting from their 22. The one thing about Chabot is, although they've been trying to control the clock, now what they can do is get out there and just say, hey, guys, let's just play some ball. Let's move it. Let's do what we've been doing. Let's do what's been working for us all day today. Because they were trying to control the clock from the third quarter, and it's given Siskiyou an opportunity to come in, and they scored those 2 touchdowns to bring it within striking distance. And so now it's time to just get back out there. Let's go back to the game we were playing to start.
Another handoff up the middle by Tidwell, taking it to the 30.
You know, I said earlier about Tidwell not quite having a 100-yard rushing game. It's very possible he's close to it now. He's picking up 7 or 8 yards on every carry, and I think we've had him on 9 carries possibly, or maybe more. And that's not a good sign, although it's probably just a little cramping is what we're hoping.
I think you can see the cramp from inside here.
Yeah, right.
I can see his calf cramping up.
Only in the 3rd game of the season. It's still pretty common around this time. Humidity levels are a little higher, cloudy here in Hayward. Temps in the 70s. Those cramps can be a bear.
It'll be 3rd and 2 for Chabot when we come back on NorCal Sports TV.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
3rd and 2 as the Eagles are looking to get a defensive stop, getting the ball back. Still down by 2 possessions with 3 minutes, 5 seconds. Counting down, and somebody jumped on the line, whether it's on Chabot or the Eagles. But it doesn't look good for either team as it's a false start on the Gladiators.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because the Eagles are really itching right now because an opportunity to get the ball back and doing it soon would put them in that position. But, you know, Chabot has had a lot of success on the ground, and when they give it to Tidwell, he's able to pick up a lot of yardage against this defensive team.
That penalty will keep the clock stopped at 3:05, which gives the Eagles a little more room to run and possibly stop Chabot from getting the first down. In the pistol, tail back behind him. 2 receivers left, 1 right, rolling right side. Receiver well defended as Turangan is taken down at the 22.
Good call. You're absolutely right. The receiver was well defended, and he had to tuck it away and take the hit in an attempt to try to do something. And a great defensive stance there for the Eagles. So here they are. They just forced a 4th down and are going to get the ball back. Barring any kind of strange things that can happen, which we've seen everything today. So I'm not going to say they are getting the ball back until we know it's in their hands. And the offense takes the field.
Returner back deep at the 45 as a low snap occurs. Low kick bouncing just past the 50, taking a huge Chabot bounce down to the 30.
Caton Sine of the Eagles, so close to that. Not necessarily the wisest thing. That ball could have taken a bounce and bounced off his knee. Well, let's see what the Eagles have in their 2-minute drill. It's 2-minute drill time.
They need to get that ball in the end zone a little bit faster because, remember, they're down by 2 possessions, 10 points, whether they get the extra points or not. So from the 30, 80 yards to go. 70, excuse me.
I thought maybe you were looking at the back of the end zone.
Caught right side and gets out of bounds to stop the clock. Not a huge gain, but just enough to keep the momentum going.
It is just enough. It's that short play to those tight ends. And, of course, there's Jake Bruce, and that one was in where he needed it. Now he's going to come to the left side. He'll be the inside of the trips here. And there's only 2 against those 3 players. And now they're looking to the left side, and here comes Jake Bruce here.
Nearly intercepted by Chabot, but in and out of the hands of the defender, number 23, Aukai Grace.
Of course, he's the one that punched it out of the kick returner on that big play in which they got the ball back. And so, here it is now. They're paying attention. They know now what the Eagles' offense is going to do. They're not changing their defensive line. It still looks like they're only going 2 against 3, given the option to the Eagles. But you got some fast guys on the end for the Chabot defense that play corner that can get there quick.
And the only real passing plays that has worked out for the Eagles are the deep passes, as the Chabot defense in that zone coverage can't keep up with the players downfield. Looking for a short pass right side to Hunter Davis, in and out of the hands for an incomplete pass.
Again, they've had options after options and opportunities. They just cannot get the ball into the hands of the receivers.
With that incomplete pass, it does stop the clock at 1:55, but 4th and 3 for the Eagles. Tough situation as they want to get back down the field.
Yep. They need to convert this, and they know that their running game hasn't been there. However, we haven't seen much from the running game, and you don't want to catch the Chabot defensive line sleeping here either. Everybody's got to be on their guard and watch for a possible run.
Here's the snap, right side, short pass to Jake, and he is close to the first down.
The bread and butter plays, short passes into the flat.
And they will move the chains with the pass to Jake Bruce.
Well, like you said, Levi, they can't just be doing short passes anymore. I think Chabot would let him have those little short passes in the flat. And here they are again, loading up the left side, only really covering one man-to-man on him.
Deeper pass this time to Hunter Davis. 2 flags on the ground, looking for a pass interference call.
Jude Ashpole may have got his hand caught in the cookie jar holding back Hunter Davis there. I know he doesn't think he did, and he may not have, but boy, it sure did look like he was in there scuffling and keeping him slow up.
And it will be pass interference against Chabot, so move the chains again for a 15-yard penalty.
Well, if you're going to move the ball on penalties, I guess you're in territory now.
Only shaved off about 30 seconds as Chabot, now worried, taking a timeout with 1 minute, 46 seconds left on the clock, 23-13. Chabot up over Siskiyous on NorCal Sports TV.
Broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
Pass interference call on Chabot, leading to another first down for the Eagles, who are trying to find the end zone to come within one possession. Snap looking left side, deep pass. In and out of the hands, looking for a flag, but there is none as it falls incomplete.
Trying the play that got them the touchdown last time. Might be a little too late now for the Eagles because the Chabot defense is pretty successful against this offensive team. They're not going to let too many of those go.
2nd and 10, the incomplete pass stops the clock. Only 5 seconds taken off after that. And they will try it again. 2 receivers to both sides.
They're bringing in the defenders.
Pass right side over the head, not even close to Davis, the intended receiver.
Well covered by Chabot that time as they covered every single man that was possible, eligible receiver. They were ready, and that offensive play by the Eagles, they just matched up. They just matched the offensive play that time, and you just saw the defense in action, doing what they've done multiple times, matching up the offense, running the right plays. Siskiyous has not been able to do a lot
They will try again.
They've got every man covered again this time.
Looking left, bullet pass over the top, caught down the middle, past the 30, and at the 30 he will be taken down. Clock will still run from this point.
Great heads-up play by Chase Scrivener. He saw the coverage. He knew he's going to have to get inside the secondary behind the linebackers, almost in a zone-type position. And thankfully, the offensive line gave the quarterback time, OJ, to set up and watch for that play.
Here they go again, right side. Had to pump fake over the top again, but can't get it to go.
You know, those short passes now are just not going to work for them. Those short passes in the flat, they're going to have to do something and use a receiver like Scrivener who can read the defense and get inside and get to a place where he's free.
The good you can take out of that one is it stopped the clock with the incomplete pass, which they've done multiple times. And just about a minute taken off the clock from when they got the ball back down on their own 30.
They've got Scrivener out here, man-to-man, the left side.
Over the top, down the middle, past the 20, and being taken down inside the 15 at about the 14.
Caton Sine, quick hot pass, nice play, just past the defensive line. That time the defenders on the line for Chabot were not prepared for the quick pass because we've seen them block and throw and hit and defend against those short passes earlier, but that time successful for the College of the Siskiyous.
And Chabot helps out the Eagles by calling a timeout before they even get the playoff. 1 minute left on the clock. Eagles knocking on the door to score on NorCal Sports TV. Live from Chabot College as the Siskiyou Eagles taking a stand now inside the 15 after Chabot called the timeout, looking to score and bring it within one possession. From the left hash, looking to throw into the end zone, in and out of the hands.
Great defensive stance for Chabot, and the hometown faithful out here starting to wake up, yelling out to Chabot, defense, and getting them stopped here with 1 minute to go. Chabot would love nothing more than to have a successful defensive stance here. It has been all defense. And kudos to the Chabot Gladiators who have been out on the field defensively probably most of this game here and hanging in there.
Here they go again. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. And they get Chabot to jump, but it looks like they're throwing the flag on the Eagles side.
Well, you know, I mean, when you get a defender to jump, if they can set back up and get back in, you're not going to get the flag. If the whistle is just not going to throw it, you're going to have to move on the offensive line and snap the ball. And so they all waited, and then the center realized it and snapped the ball, and then they got the call. But Chabot nearly got back in and set.
So 2nd and 5 from the 9 for the College of the Siskiyou Eagles. For the past 10 minutes, they've only taken about 1 minute, 20 seconds off the clock. Great time management by the Eagles as they look to throw again. Left side, nearly intercepted as it falls incomplete.
They were looking for Scrivener again. He's been a late comer to the game, but he's had some big plays for them. And also to mention, O.J. Kalia has been taking most of the snaps here in the second half out of Del Norte, Crescent City. He's a freshman. Starting quarterback Hunter Davis has been in the wideout position.
Man in motion, and another flag down as it's going to be a false start on the Eagles.
Well, that's coming back. Gain the 5, lose the 5. It's been a lot of learning, a lot of growing pains, and a lot of film that the coaches will go back and review and to see these flags and see how they happen, why they happen. And each team has room to grow and progress.
Ball in the Chabot, 14. What down is it? Third down.
15 yards to go till the end zone. Eagles having some trouble in the red zone. Looking right side, has Hunter Davis as it hits off his chest and falls to the ground.
You know, I'm really surprised Christopher Crowell, number 7 from Piedmont for Chabot, didn't just take that and run it down for a touchdown. That ball had to travel across the field, and the throw was just not thrown hot. Hunter Davis stood waiting for it, but the defender was inside of him. So great defensive stance. Again, Chabot, defense, in the air, on the ground. Everything that College of the Siskiyous has thrown at them, they've been able to respond. It's been the big plays that Siskiyou has had that's gotten them into the end zone.
And the Eagles are setting up for a field goal attempt as another Chabot timeout occurs. With 47 seconds left, the Eagles really want to come back from this 2-possession deficit.
It'll be a 31-yard field goal attempt, which the kicker can easily do. Noah Silverthorne was easily kicking 37-yarders, which would be from the 27-yard line. And those were in the pregame, and they were just cutting through. Of course, he missed a big field goal earlier that had the distance, just hit the upright. Didn't quite have the aim, so let's see if the young man can punch it through here.
He's been practicing on the sideline nearly the entire game, as he's only had 2 attempts tonight. Lining up from the left hash. The kick is up and will fall short. With 43 seconds left, Chabot will take over, and that will do it. Chabot's going to take the victory 23-13 as the College of the Siskiyou Eagles cannot connect on their final drive of the night.
Yeah, unfortunately for him there, that ball just didn't quite have the foot behind it like we saw in the pregame. Unless somebody got a hand on it. I didn't think so, but the way it kind of went up similar to was a high snap. No, he got it up there. It just didn't quite have the, had the distance, but not quite the aim. Looked almost like a squib kick, sort of, when it went off the hand.
Unfortunate time for a field goal to fail as the Gladiators are in victory position. And they'll take the knee from that point. And college football not over yet tonight. The number 4 versus number 5 JC teams in the state. City College of San Francisco versus Modesto Junior College. Join Chris Babcock at 6 p.m. on NorCal Sports TV. One more snap for Chabot to end it.
A wonderful contest. A lot of fun plays, and we saw things that we just normally don't see that you sometimes want to see. Safeties and punt blocks and field goal this and that, and exciting punch out on a big return for a chance to possibly come within one score with final minutes. But Chabot did and stayed true to their game from the very beginning, taking the commanding lead in the first half and keeping with it and getting the big victory today. And here they are, home field advantage, and they've got their first victory of the season.
I think if we were to award a player of the game situation, we cannot just pick one player. There were so many offensive stance, defensive stance, and in my position, I think the defensive line and just the entire defense in total should get the player or award of the game.
I would strongly agree with you, Levi. Absolutely. Between Porter and the rest of the guys down there on the line, they had a phenomenal game tonight. Blocking passes, even taking interceptions, right? We saw it all here today.
Absolutely. Once again, the number 4 versus number 5 JC teams in the state. City College of San Francisco versus Modesto Junior College at 6 p.m. with Chris Babcock. If you can't see it live, you can watch it on demand on NorCalSportsTV.com or on NorCal Sports TV on YouTube. But until then, for Justin Flores, our producer, Jason Green, and the rest of our crew, I'm Levi Flores saying farewell from Chabot College.